Hello friends. Today's video is about one of the common topics or the questions being asked in the interview of how to make your Unix shell script interactive to uh, take the arguments from the user. And the general answer of it is by using a command, which is read command. So here we will look at the various uses with scenarios on how to use the read command. So let's move on. So first we will see what is a read command. So read is an important bash command to read text from the keyboard or standard input. We can use read command to interactively read an input from the user. But the read is capable of much more. Read command helps to make your shell program or script dynamic in such a way that it takes the user input during its execution, right? So the general syntax of read command is like read is the command and the various options that we can use along with the read command and the character or the variables that we are going to use over here to have as an input. So most of the input libraries in any programming language um, read the input from keyboard, but string input termination is mostly done when return key is pressed. So there are certain critical situations when return key cannot be pressed, but the termination is done based on certain criteria or the situations. Like user should provide the input within 5 seconds, um, or a particular variable can accept certain number of characters only. So we will see all such scenarios and what read options we can use over here. Now, one of the scenarios that we can see over here is like read n characters from input. So the situation over here is like we need to provide certain number of characters that it should accept. But in this case also, we won't be pressing the return key at the end or to terminate the input reading. So this is the general command that you can use is like read command -n, and you should put the number as the number of characters that can be accepted, and this is the variable which can be used to store the input whatever we are going to type. So here you can put the integer of how many characters you want to read from the terminal as the user input. For example, read -n to and where. So here only two characters can be accepted as the user input, and those characters would be stored in this variable as an input. And you can just echo this particular variable to see how many characters it has accepted as an input, right? Now we have this second scenario is like read input after timeout. So here, without pressing the return key, we can have a time frame of like 3 seconds or 5 seconds timeout where user can provide his or her input um, in the terminal itself. So this is how this command can be used. Like here we see the read command -t for timeout and the timeout period. These are in seconds and the var. So if you put over here as 3 read -t 3 and var, so it can wait for 3 seconds for user input. So after that, the characters, all the characters will be input in this variable. Whatever the characters you have put within 3 seconds, so those characters can be treated as the input for in this variable. So here is an example, read -t to and var. So it reads the string that is typed within 2 seconds into variable var. Okay. So this is another situation where instead of using any written key as a terminator or to terminate the input read, so we can use certain delimiter to end the input read. So here you can use the delimiter character read hyphen D for delimiter, and here you can put any your delimiter character that you want to use to terminate your input read, and is the where variable where the input characters would be stored. So the example would be like read hyphen D, and here we have used colon and var. So whatever the values we are going to put over here, and if we terminate it with this delimiter character, so it will be taken as that much part of the user input as the input rate for this particular variable. So if we enter it as hello and uh, terminate it with the delimiter colon, so it will be taken as hello as an input for this variable. So when you echo this variable, it will show it as hello, right? And this is a very interesting scenario to read password in non-echoed mode. So if the user input is asked to put a password, and whatever you are putting, it should not be printed on the terminal. So this is a case which is usually being asked in any interview questions for having a non-echoed mode password read. So this is how you can do that, where you can use read command hyphen s for non-echoed password, and hyphen p for printing this particular string, which shows that you're looking for the password as an input, and whatever and this is the variable that will be used to store the password, and whatever the after this command, if whatever the input you give, so it will be stored in this, but it won't be showed on the terminal at all. So this is how it is working as a non-echoed mode. So it does not print back on the terminal whatever you are entering, right? So it is a kind of whatever the input you are going to put over here, it is a kind of secret input that you are going to give it as an user as an argument to your script or to your program, right? So these are the ways you can use the read commands in a very dynamic fashion, and these are some of the scenarios which are usually being asked in the interview questions. So I hope um, you would be finding this video very helpful. Thanks for watching, and please share this video with your friends um, as much as you can. Thank you so much. Bye bye.